Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Behind Your Bell. I'm your host, Emily Jury, coming to you from the Nasdaq market site in Times Square. Today, I am joined by Dr. Raza Bokhari, who is Executive Co-Chairman of the Board and CEO of FSD Pharma, a Nasdaq-listed company. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Emily, thank you for having me on your show and also for welcoming us to the Nasdaq family.
Wonderful, and you had the opening bell this morning, and that went well, right?
Yeah, it was a unique and a huge experience. Somehow we can relate with our stock ticker that this is a huge opportunity and a huge responsibility for us to continue to find ways to advance our shareholder value.
Absolutely. So FSD Pharma, for those watching, just joined the Nasdaq capital markets. So why is this such an important milestone for your company?
We came on the scene as by raising $53 million from Canadian Stock Exchange and got listed. As the ecosystem of this new market has emerged with legalization of cannabis use in Canada and in most parts of the United States. If you are in capital markets, if you are not on a major US exchange, you have not really begun your journey. So it is a unique privilege for us to become the first Canadian Stock Exchange company in any industry to make it to Nasdaq and one of 12 in the cannabis related business. But I hope that over time and sooner rather than later, we will be placed in a league of our own because our thrust of our focus is to advance clinical trials on synthetic compounds, including cannabinoid compounds that target the endocannabinoid system of the human body. So I think we are making some groundbreaking effort and hopefully we will get the due recognition from a wide variety of investors, institutional and institutional grade, in addition to retail investors, which is a sizable base for us. We have, I think, nearly 50,000 retail investors in North America.
Fantastic. And actually, I do want to talk more about your biotechnology program. So tell us more about what you're working on.
So we acquired a US-based company called Prismic Pharmaceutical that has worldwide license, except in Spain and Italy, of a micronized formulation of a naturally occurring fatty acid, PEA, or palmitoyl ethanolamide. PEA in its micronized form has very similar, if not in some ways better, qualities like CBD. It targets the endocannabinoid system, the CB2 receptors of the endocannabinoid system, and has anti-inflammatory properties, which is the basis of treating most chronic illnesses such as chronic pain, as well as other autoimmune conditions based on central nervous system and also the GI tract. So that is an exciting thing for us. We are planning to start our safety and tolerability study in this quarter, and with positive results, hopefully, we will apply for an FDA IND and then start some phase 2 work around this time, hopefully next year.
Fantastic. So 2020 will be very big for you, a lot of momentum.
It is a 2020 really, our work has just begun now. So we have now, what I call, have made it to ground zero. So hopefully we will have peaks and some valleys, but hopefully more peaks and less valleys as we advance forward.
Absolutely. So we've touched on this a little bit, but what's next for FSD Pharma, and really what can investors expect from the company?
Well, we have good financial health. We do not carry any long-term debt on our books other than I think nearly $3 million that we embraced by acquiring Prismic Pharmaceutical. And our cash and non-cash assets as of Q3 of 2019 are in the neighborhood of $70 million. For us, the thrust of our focus for 2020 and for any specialty pharma company is to continue to raise capital, but good quality capital, capital from patient and tolerant investors that believe in the cannabinoid molecule and those compounds that really can help unlock its true potential. So we will double down on our biosciences effort and have rolled up our sleeve to raise additional capital beyond the 53 million that we raised initially, and then we just did a small close of 4.5 million, which I personally led by a $1.6 million investors, and all of our board members, majority of our board members and our management also contributed $1 million, and 2 million came from other investors. So we need to expand on that. Our hope is that by this time next year, our balance sheet, cash on hand, is somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 million. So we have our work cut out for ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, I hope to check in with you again same time next year and touch base on all the progress that you've made.
Thank you so much, Emily, for having me on your program.
Thank you so much for joining. And thanks everyone for tuning in for this episode of Behind the Bell. Stay tuned for more episodes coming soon.